So it has taken me a while to make this video. Joseph and me are leaving Spelkollektivet, and we've been here for almost 2 years, so this is gonna be a big change in our lives. For over 2 months I've had the idea to make this video about what this place even is, because it might be the place that you need like right now, and I want to tell you about it. What the hell? In a nutshell, Spelkollektivet is a co-living and co-working place in Sweden, or better, the Swedish countryside. It is 2.5 hours away from Copenhagen airport and easily reachable by train. When we came here in October 2017, the house was in a different location. But since September 2018, it is located here in Väckelsång and it has space for up to 50 people. We are around 30 people right now. So why did Joseph and me almost spend 2 years at this place? First, the money. Hands down, if you live in any bigger European city, rent is probably what your money goes to most of the time. Rent at Spelkollektivet changes depending on like how long you stay and like when you come here, but usually I would say it is around 400 euros a month, and this is fairly competitive with like I would say most European cities. But now comes the best part. Everything that you need is included in the rent. What do I mean by that? By everything, I mean everything. You get breakfast in the morning, you get 2 warm meals a day, like somebody cooks food for you. You don't have to spend time cooking, you don't have to spend time shopping, you just have to show up and eat, and it's included in the 400 euro rent. You even get internet, electricity, water. They even buy the toilet paper and the shower gel for you. You can also still buy your own stuff here. You can buy breakfast stuff, you can buy things to cook and cook your own meal. There is a supermarket, but if you wanted to, you can just live here for 400 euros, not pay anything else. Number 2, and like I only have number 1, which is the money because it's so cheap, and number 2. So number 2 is the game devs. I'm gonna make this one really short, but there's just a lot of cool people in the house. Like, I've been here for 2 years. I've seen a lot of people come and go, but there's always been cool people, so if you wanna meet other game devs and be surrounded by cool people, then come here. So now you are probably wondering, Simone, what does this magical place of wonder look like? And to that I say, let's do a house tour. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do the house tour now. I filmed this 2 months ago. Okay, so this is the outside of the house. And this is the room that you see when you first arrive. Right now it's a bit messy, because we just ordered new furniture. But then to the left. So this is the eating room, without food and without people. And recently it's been getting warmer, so and it's super warm and it's very nice. So hi, this is Simone from the future. Back when I filmed this, we didn't have this place, so now even more people can sit outside. Hooray! But it looks like shit now because it's raining, but believe me, it's super cool and nice when there's sun. So from the eating area to the dishwasher. No, I'm kidding. This is the kitchen, the homie's kitchen. This is our beautiful fridge. And this is mainly where we can just cook breakfast. If you want to cook. Because if you don't, then this is the professional kitchen where they cook the good food. But I'm not allowed in there. Yes. that was only slightly creepy. What else? Oh yeah, the warmest room in the house. Which looks like this at the moment, but it doesn't usually look like this. So this is the infamous pea waterfall, which you already know if you've seen any of the videos that I recorded in here. And this is where we have all of the board games. And yeah, this is also the room where we mostly hang out in the evening and just play and drink. Mostly drink, really. So all of the board games are from the house. I think some are from the homies, but mostly it's from the house. Oh yeah, there's also, now that I'm seeing this, there's D&D sessions every couple of weeks, but it depends on who's in the house at the moment. So right now there's a lot of people that like to play D&D, so there's a lot of D&D going on, but like we had phases where there was no D&D players, so yeah, no D&D. Makes sense! Let us continue. Hello! Alright, hallway number 1 with renovations. So this is the renovated area of the house. It has, I don't know how many rooms, but in all of these doors there's rooms for the homies. And this is the area that is getting renovated. So this will be like a just sitting, chilling, reading area. And yeah, this is the renovation where there's more homie rooms being made. I actually haven't seen these. Sponsored by IKEA. What?
Let's finish the bed.
Yeah. But I have it on video that it's not finished. So should I come later when it's finished? And then film again? Okay.
Yeah, or you can finish it.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna finish it. I have important YouTube work to do. I don't have important YouTube work to do. As you can maybe hear, this is the shower. This is where you get clean, I suppose. Zoom. If we go around this corner. Ta-da! This is the second hallway. Again, these are all homie rooms, but these aren't renovated. Front section here. There's like these 2 rooms are renovated and in the rest there's people living. And I think in this nice and yellow back section there's only like 2 or 3 rooms here there where people are living. Oh yeah, back there is like more rooms. And now we go down to the basement. Just keep working.
Just be normal.
Just act natural. You're doing a very good job.
You don't show any of the trash.
Oh yeah.
Where is the trash? I just blur it out.
There.
Oh,
So this is the trash. So this is the big office, and now we go to the Joshua office. It's not the Joshua office anymore.
I used to work for a couple of weeks.
So this is the
It's
empty.
empty.
The empty office.
The empty room, yeah.
Yep, we leave this room. Ta-da! Oh, and this is the quiet office, now with improved sunlight blockage. Bye. This office you probably know the most, because this is where I almost film every game jam ever. So another dark and scary corridor, and it leads into the Netflix room. So this is the room where we have all of the consoles, the big TV, all the sofas, basically for gaming and watching TV. Opposite from the Netflix room we have VR playing room and the VR, I guess, setup room. If we continue down this path. Hello! So this is the second Netflix room. Now we enter the area that is not really renovated as much. And in here we have like an esports room that exactly has room for like 5 people, but none of us use it. And I think there's kids from the town that use it. And opposed to that we have... Hello? So this is the gym. We sometimes use it. This is actually used very often. Ping pong table and gym. Let's go. Welcome to one of the creepy hallways. Like all of these doors on the right are mainly for storage. We barely use this part of the house except... Ta-da! It's so nice and bright. So as you probably guessed, this is the laundry room. We do laundry sometimes. And one really nice addition that I really appreciate is this thing. You kind of know that you're becoming an adult when you get excited about a drying room. But anyway, this is where you can just hang up your stuff and it dries. And if you want it to dry faster, you can, that back there is a fan, you can just turn that on and then it dries really fast. And it's very exciting. This is Joseph and my laundry, by the way. This is the laundry basket. Has it become apparent that I don't know how to film a house tour video? Oh, by the way, also, sponsored by IKEA. Nah, we're not sponsored. I wish we were. But if we go out here. Stairs, 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 stairs. Oh, stairs, stairs, stairs. If we were to go up here, this is the first floor where more homies live, but I kind of just don't want to go because it's just more closed doors, so it's just not. Which brings us back to this. So yeah, that is basically the house. I think the only thing to do now is just to check if Rasmus has finished that bed. Have you finished the bed? We just need to see if you assembled it or not. Ta-da! Bed. So now that you've seen the place and heard me talk about the place, you might be intrigued, but you still don't know like what to do here. And I had the same problem before coming here and also before getting more into game dev, that I had no idea what it meant to come here. And basically, if you're only paying 400 euros a month and everything else is taken care of, and you're surrounded by other motivated people, you can really focus on getting into game dev, and it allows you the financial freedom of just, yeah, existing and doing what is fun to you, if that makes sense. To give you guys kind of an insight of what my life has been like here. I also filmed what a typical day in my life at Spelkollektivet looks like. Usually I get up in the morning around 7 or 8 and then head down to the office to spend some time alone. I use those 2 to 3 morning hours before everybody else gets up to focus on drawing, language learning, or listening to audiobooks. Afterwards I start working on either client work, company work, or, like on this day, my private stuff. So yeah, that's mainly the mornings. And food. Food is usually served between 12 and 12:30, and there's always a 2-week plan of what is being cooked. Wow, isn't this super exciting? Today I'm really just updating my social media, updating our social media for Do and I, adding a imprint to my website. So very boring stuff. Even if I were to work on client work, I would just like sit here and draw instead of writing text and formatting text. But this is basically what the afternoons look like. However, this afternoon, one of my housemates decided to have a spontaneous portrait drawing session with Joseph. So we also sometimes spend the evenings just playing video games, playing board games, or just watching Netflix together. There's usually always somebody that wants to watch something, so you're in good company. Good night. And that is pretty much my day. But then again, there's also days where we don't work at all. When Joseph and me came here, this was our timeout. Spelkollektivet gave us the freedom to reinvent ourselves and build up a business from the ground without any financial pressure. On top of that, it helped me escape the hamster wheel of working for clients 10 to 14 hours every day. And especially the last year, all that extra time that I've managed to free has helped me grow immensely as an artist. I even had some extra time to learn programming. And visual scripting. So why am I making this video? The truth is, I want Spelkollektivet to continue, and for that it needs new people to be interested and to move into the house. I feel it's a great place to be if you just need a break for just 1 month or even 12 months. Spelkollektivet doesn't really have anything on their website where you can see how life here is, because they just don't have the capacity at the moment to do these things. So I just wanted to show the world what it's like to be here and to live here. And if Spelkollektivet might be what you need right now, and if you're interested, I'll be down in the comments answering all your questions, and let's just talk about it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Mitzi, no. You know I can't let you in. Bye, Mitzi.
Hi, my name is Genius, and welcome to Spelkollektivet. I'm the proud owner and majority shareholder. I'm here today to give you a lovely tour of this fine establishment. Come on, let's go! This is the North Wing, one of 3 residential areas here. Let's take a look inside one of the rooms. You're supposed to unlock the door.
Isn't not unlocked? I'm sorry.
Saying sorry isn't gonna unlock the f***. Let's take a look inside one of the rooms. It's a bit bland at the moment, but there's plenty of space to make it your own. And would you look at all these rooms? Laundry. Outside, there's plenty of luscious, spacious grounds, nearby forests, and even a fire pit. Let's take a look.
That's great, but come on back. There's more house to see.
Hey, are you coming?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's go.
Did I mention? We're all athletes.
These balls.
I forgot about that.
So come on down, stay a while. You're gonna love it here. My name is Binkleton, signing out. So, what do you think? Pretty good, huh? You're fired!
Welcome to Spelkollektivet, a co-working and co-living space for game developers around the world. Our aim is to provide an affordable space to eat, sleep, work, and build connections with other game devs from different backgrounds and experiences. Most residents here work in one of the dedicated co-working spaces. We have the loud office for those looking for a more social working environment, and the quiet offices for a more distraction-free environment. All areas come equipped with high-speed internet, desks, and office chairs, with the added bonus of being around other passionate people while they work on their own projects. And if you prefer, there's plenty of space in your own private bedroom. To help foster a collaborative community, we host a weekly stream, the Spelkollektivet Game Developers Conference, an opportunity to showcase what you've been working on and gain valuable feedback on your projects from developers just like yourself. Even though you might work alone, we're still a big team that always has each other's backs. But let's all remember to take some time to relax, have fun, and enjoy yourself. Spelkollektivet encourages a healthy balance of work and play with a number of dedicated spaces for games, board games, movies, and outside activities to participate with your fellow game devs. Speaking of game devs, let's talk to some.
Just settle in.
All right.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Yeah, hi, I'm Matej Jan.
Hello, I'm Marijke. I am Megan McCurdy.
I'm Adam.
I'm Annika.
I'm Michal.
I'm Jovi.
I am Belinda.
I am Fio.
I'm a composer from New Zealand.
I'm from Germany and I'm a solo game developer.
I'm from the Philippines and I'm an artist that works in the game industry.
I am an indie game developer.
I'm helping her with her stuff. Also, I help in the house. I'm from Czech Republic and I'm the developer of Lords and Villains.
I'm from Germany and I'm an art director / UI UX designer for Hotel Magnate.
I come from Slovenia and I am a pixel artist and game developer.
I came here to focus on the development of my game and have more free time and be around the community of indie game developers to get some support from my peers.
I was already working alone on my projects, and I just wanted to be part of a community and be part of a group of people that have similar interests.
I felt a little bit stagnant back at home. I wasn't getting anywhere or meeting a lot of people in the industry, so I just took the plunge.
We both thought about, hey, let's make a trip just where we can do programming. At this time, we didn't know that Spelkollektivet existed. And it was a really nice coincidence that we found this place and could just work on software.
I wanted to experience what life was like living abroad. The idea of living together with other passionate game developers was really interesting to me.
I miss how my life was working from an office when I had a normal game development job, but I still want to work on my game, and so being here is the best of both worlds. I can work on my game and be in an office with other game developers, and it's even better because we also live together and it's really nice to have like-minded people around you.
I came here because a friend of mine, Annika, she went here before and she told me about this place and was like, "You're sure this is real? Are they not selling you organs or something?" Like, no, it's real. It's really awesome. And then I decided, damn, I'm gonna come here. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And it is.
One of the most surprising to me was how good the food is. And it has great variety, so we have normal and vegetarian options. And I actually became vegetarian while being here because I was thinking about it already before, but I'm too lazy to prepare it, and here somebody does it for you, and it's...
The community is amazing. Here are so many people with totally different experiences, and you can learn from every single one of them something special.
The people, I think. I wasn't expecting to make so many great friendships here, and along with working with those friends, it's been really cool.
I like a lot of things, and it's very hard for me to pick one that would stand out the most. I think above everything it would be the people that I'm surrounded with, because I think they are very like-minded and very accepting and supportive. So I feel like home here, and that's what I like the most about this place.
For more information, check out our website for the latest prices and details, or join us on Discord where you can ask more questions from us directly.
from the Cocoa family. The coconut bark on the kitchen floor. If you say some more, you can feel a door now. The coconut trunk, do not throw this junk. If you say some of it, you'll have a second floor. The coconut wood is very good. It can stand 20 years if you pray it would. Now the coconut root, to tell you the truth, you can throw it or use it as firewood.
Ready, Marco?
Are
you ready?
The walls up against the eaves now. The coconut
Are you ready now? Okay. Hello and welcome to SPC. Yeah, with your rebellious host. Jesus. Show your junk.
No.
Show your stuff.
Yes, that's more appropriate.
Show your junk. First up to show off their junk, Brian.
Hooray!
Okay, hopefully I didn't shut that down. Anyways, where are we? Where's my message?
Click your face.
Yeah, click my face. Hello, I am Brian. I'm a voice actor, a composer, audio designer. Today I'm going to play 2 tracks of music and they're about 5 minutes altogether, so I'm just going to play them and then I'm going to dance. The second track is an original track called Ladies and Gentlemen, spelled in a different way because I was inspired by gent music, which is extremely heavy, kind of metal, rhythmic stuff. So I'm just going to play that now. Yeah, so that was 2 pieces of music that I'm working on. Yeah, so has anybody got any questions about that stuff at all? Yes, Sebastian.
Did you say you used a plugin for like
The
as a VST thing for
Yeah,
the guitars?
yeah. I used a plugin by a company called Impact Soundworks, who called Shreddage.
Oh yeah.
I think it's Shreddage 3, and it's Jupiter. It's called. I think it's based off an 8-string guitar. So like it has 2 lower strings than a 6-string electric guitar would usually have, so it can go a lot heavier and lower. Yeah, most of that is good chunk of that is out of the box with not a huge amount of tweaking. You can get really good results out of it. Just to clarify, he'd asked me whether the guitar I had in the song was a plugin, because I'd mentioned it while the mic was muted, and it is a plugin, so it's not real guitar. Although there was a little bit of guitar playing at the end where I was actually playing guitar, but for some reason I'd mixed it so low that people probably couldn't hear it properly anyways. Yeah, so if you have any questions about that afterwards, you know, feel free to hit me up. Anybody else? Anything? Yeah, cool. Cool, thank you.
Next up is Mai Tai. Mai Tai. Mai Tai.
Muay Thai.
Hello, Spelkollektivet. Welcome from the Christmassy background. Back in my house, look, this is my new glasses. It's my new look. Yeah, let's get into the update. Have it right here. I'm gonna let Matej from the past speak. Why, thank you. All right. So last time I was showing you this scene, the living room that I was working on. I was optimizing how fast the rendering goes, and what I didn't realize is that I have 2 things to optimize, not just the global illumination render that I was showing you last time, but also this just normal, the way you see it right now. This old school renderer also has its own material that I had to optimize, and so here if I move the scene, it's gonna start writing to me how fast it's taking to update. So you can see that it's taking about, let's put the whole thing in, yeah, about half a millisecond to render 1 frame of the image here. And it used to be, before I started this optimization process, it actually used to be around 5 milliseconds. And that's all thanks to just, first of all, unifying all of the materials, because previously each cluster in pixel art is this any area of the same color, each island of color was, especially if you look in the normal modes, yeah, every one of them had its own material with its own uniforms that had the information about that cluster. What I did was create one material that reads the cluster information from a texture, so that way I can have the same material all over. And that's great. That already dropped the frame rate down from 5 milliseconds to 4.5, so about 10% improvement. But what really happens, what really helps is that once you have the material across the whole 3D scene, you can also then just merge all of the geometry together. So, you know, if you look at all the triangles that are here, every one small area like this used to be its own object that you would call a draw call for, and then, but if they're just static and all use the same material, you can merge them together and all render them at the same time. And so yeah, that's how you can get almost like 10 times improvement from 5 milliseconds to half a milliseconds. So I was very happy about this. So the approach worked, and yeah, then I went on to start debugging or optimizing the physical based rendering, the global illumination. That one didn't go so well. So here's the scene that I use for global illumination testing. Yeah, so let's turn on PBR. Remember this? Yeah, so this uses a procedural sky where you can move around where the sun is. Let's turn off pixelation, get exposure up. So yeah, this is basically a Cornell box. This is the old version. Right now, this one renders at about 1 millisecond per pixel. I started optimizing this as the new global illumination render. It's not really going that well. It's a new approach. It does render faster, at least on this scene, but the results are just a little bit, a little bit shittier. So I'm not really happy. It's not gonna be that easy to optimize this. There's other problems involved. So you see PBR materials, just like for especially this one, like you see gold up top and carbon at bottom. It has this shine and stuff like that. That's not being simulated anymore in this new model. But I've done other changes that also apparently didn't go as well as I would hope. So this one is kind of back to the drawing board. I guess I'll let you guys know next time if it's working any better. But yeah, till then, have a good time. Merry Christmas. Enjoy tomorrow and have a lovely dinner. This is the first time I'm not gonna be up there since I moved to Spelkollektivet. So so just saying hi from today. Have a good one. Bye bye. Cheers.
I'm sure Matej knows we clapped, even if we didn't have the microphone on. Any questions?
Merry Christmas back.
That's not even a question.
Merry Christmas?
Yes. That's better. Well, he says thank you, I guess. Yeah. Next up is Lini.
Okay, I'll just start everything. Okay, so many of you might not know, but me and Marco used to work together. Like, we came out the game like 5 years ago, and there were a lot of other people in the team as well. But I made a trailer for it like 5 years ago, so it's not good, but I wanted to still show it.
Spelkollektivet VR. Stop the tribals now on Steam.
Yep. Oh no. No.
Yay!
Yes.
Encore.
This time we'll make it. And yeah, let's get back to. Why does it never?
F11.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Broken Alliance. I'm gonna show you some like art that I collected from the internet for thinking of what kind of heroes we want to have in the game, and I decided to have for each faction 2 species different, so you have like humans or different species. So for Phobos horror faction, The names are like random currently. It's a corrupted human. It's basically like a human that's corrupted, I guess. Then a shadow, just shadow characters that have more or less shape, kind of, and you don't see their faces. Then the Paradise faction would have like a goblin kind of shorter characters, and also insect, flower, humanoid characters like this. Then the Anchorage would have humans actually, and merfolk as well. And then we have two last factions. One is augmented for Forge, and basically elf, druids, mechanical characters, and the evolved that are like the higher class of that faction. Very futuristic stuff. And yeah, and I tried out some. This is not the finished thing, but today I started making like some how it would look like. So we would have like a character creation, and you have a hero portrait and also a hero how it looks like. And if you change anything, then it will change both on the portrait and on the hero. So we will actually have quite a complicated character creation for that. Yeah, that's all. Thank you. Any questions? Yes?
Orcs?
No. We don't have like elves, orcs, dwarves. Goblins are kind of, yeah, but they're a bit different. I called them goblins. They're not going to be goblins actually. It was just a name I gave them meanwhile until the actual people who can write can think of something better. Okay. Yeah, James.
Mate asks, what will you be able to customize in the character creation?
So basically, it would be changing the whole body, and then changing elements like eyes, mouth, hair, colors of things, also clothes, and a lot of different like items to have. For example, I don't know, horns, wings, whatever. You can add a lot of different stuff to the characters, and different races as well would have like different options for them. And we want to also to make artifacts. So the artifacts that you find in the game, you can actually wear them on your character, so they show up on your character. If you find a crown, then if you put on the crown or something, then it would show up both on your like smaller and portrait as well. So loads of stuff. We just wanted to make more personalized for people to like, yeah.
Are there going to be any in the same line of questioning? Are you going to be restricting sets of items per faction, or do you think there's going to be much crossover? Are you going to basically try and keep the factions as separate as possible in terms of visual? Or
because we're going to have different body sizes, 3 different body sizes. Then we're gonna have both, so there will be faction-based items. For example, if you would have ears like this, only the merfolk could have these kind of ears, but you could have a lot of different items that are meant for everybody as well. So there are just main regular clothes, things that you can fit on 3 different types of body, or you can, or there's just faction-based items. But all of the items you can pick up later will be for everybody, so everybody can wear them. Yeah.
What about the different mounts? Is there going to be different types, and will they have an impact? Like, will it translate into the gameplay?
We don't know about the impact yet. This course hasn't been rendered even, like it's just a sketch. But yeah, we are thinking of different mounts like buffaloes and even like flying kind of futuristic alien thingies as well, and a lot of different things. So don't know if it will change any of the gameplay, though. We'll see about that. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.
Next up, Isa.
So, hey, yeah, I'm here in the name of Cold Theater Studios because we have an update on our game, and I want to present you this update on our game. We released the game yesterday on Android, so it was a very spontaneous decision because we felt now the game is stable enough and the base of the game exists, and yeah, so that we decided to just release it, and after 4 months of production. And it's can be found now in the App Store under Dark Market, and yeah. So we also made our first $1.50 this morning. So most of this was from the open beta testing already, but hey, it counted. So yeah. And new stuff based on the feedback we got yesterday, mostly from friends that tested the game out. Yeah, a lot of players who also not are into idle clickers don't know how to play idle clicker games. But our game has a tutorial so far inside because we want to make this later. So we decided to just add 2 panels that roughly explain how to play the game. And I hope, at least until we have the proper tutorial, that this will work for people who don't know what idle clickers are, or yeah. But we also figured out that some phones has strange stuff on the side, like this here. I think it's called a notch thing. I don't know. But phones with this thing, well, you can see it's not rendered correctly, and this was a big issue yesterday for us. So like, oh no, do we have to rework all the panels again? Fuck. But no, there's a thing in Unity, what is called an option that you can just put on and turn off because it's on by default, and then the phone is rendered correctly. So if you also want to make a mobile game in the future ones, yay, there is something, so you don't have to worry about this notch thing on some phones. Yeah, yes, this is the this option. It's render outside safe area, just turn it off. Yeah, what are we going to do next? A Christmas break, at least for most of us, because one of us has to fix bugs. We want to make an iOS release next year when the game is more stable, and also when I have a cable for my Mac, because currently I can't put my phone to the Mac. Yay. We also want to add more quests into the game, because currently we have just 10 quests, and you're getting bored very fast because of the 10 quests, sadly. But it's a progress from around 2 or 3 days, and then you reach basically the current end, which is not much. But yeah, okay. So we are planning to add more quests during the Christmas holidays now. Yeah, because holidays are not really holidays in game development. Also, we want to make implement a Google Play connection so that we can make cloud saves, so that you can play on different devices. Also adding a leaderboard and achievements. Yeah, this is our plan for the next steps. And we all want to wish you a Merry Christmas at this point. So yeah, Merry Christmas. And we would, or we hope that you are interested in the game, and that you're playing it and rate it on Google Play, because this would also help us, for in the future. Any questions? Yeah.
Do you want to
to share some numbers? Like, how is it doing?
What numbers? What kind of numbers? I couldn't hear you. You were just
like about downloads or stuff.
Yes, if we have some downloads, yes. Because currently it's just a few from a few friends of us. Because we also hadn't made a proper social media post so far. I think this happened now or a few minutes ago. I don't know. So we haven't, or we didn't do advertisement so far for the game. So currently there are no downloads. Lucky me. No more fixes for this. But yes, we are planning to share some numbers. Yeah. James?
Matej, Johanna, Laura, and Theo says Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah. Any other questions?
Please get them to rephrase it as a question.
Is there a particular reason why you're releasing and then doing the social media instead of doing like building a type or something?
Yeah, Google takes sometimes a few days until, or basically you're uploading the build on Google Play, and then it takes sometimes a few days to Google review the thing, so that it's really online. So sometimes it takes a few days. In this case, I pushed a button, 10 minutes later it was online. So it wasn't planned. It was just, okay, let's upload it until it's reviewed. We have the social media stuff. Oh, no, we don't have it. So, yeah, and also I think it's a difference if you're publishing on Google Play or on Android, or let's say on mobile, in comparison to Steam, because Steam is like, yeah, you have to make a lot of stuff in the first day, and Android especially is more like, yeah, the more updates your game has, the higher it's in the ranking. But it doesn't matter if players are playing it on the first day or on the 10th day. So yeah, mobile games are more growing over the time instead of from the first day on. That's why we also decided to just upload the very base of the game that is stable. And based on this stable game, we are just pushing updates for the Google algorithm to for the Android algorithm to push the game with more updates. Yeah. Then, thank you.
Andreas?
Hello. I haven't presented in a month, and I actually had to go back and look at the previous one just to see where we're at. So I'm here to present just as a thing. But I think we only looked at the crafting last time in the card game, and now I just need to find my way over here. So I'll start with the simplest, and that's some new art from Laura. So we're getting some potions done, and I can say, since this is a game developer conference, that was very inspiring to get some of this in to replace the placeholder art. And remember placeholder art, because I'm going to show you a lot of it. First, let's see if this works. Cool. You've seen this before, so I'm going to get out. So yeah, I'm not sure I showed this screen before, so let's just assume. This is again a placeholder for you stopping the wagon on your travels, and you can go into the forest from here with the gathering happens. You can craft over here, and so on. This is what I showed last time, how this worked. And the deck editor was also shown. And then you can leave if you keep traveling, because that's the cycle of the game. You travel, you stop, gather, craft, and move on. Fans of Banner Saga will see where I got this from. So we were traveling along this parallax scroll thing, and what I haven't implemented is that the cart will have some scanners. some indicators. There's going to be a way for you to sort of notice roughly what kind of ingredients are in this area, so you can make a decision and stop and say, oh, there seems to be many mushrooms here and I need them. And then there's permanent, static stops, which are villages. So you roll into a village and you can trade on the carts here, and there will also be a story beat. I can show you the. There's actually a conversation that could take place here. It doesn't matter, but so you see my old placeholder text. Instead, you were able to do a dialogue basically, and then leave again, or do other things. I can tell you that I worked with Twine for the first time, if anyone has done that, and ended up doing a lot of my own custom stuff. Basically because I just wanted the setting of flags, and but still I liked Twine. Oh yeah, I just realized now we can't leave. But wait, we did that. Oh yeah. Damn it! There's one more thing. Sorry about that. That's great. One more thing that I've been working on this last week is some damage visual feedback. So when you damage your mind like this, I hope this works, the character portrait is going to react a little bit and just show you that it was shook. And if you do the other one, this is for hit points, it should be the same but red. And it's supposed to go a little bit more to the side that you are being. So it goes more to this side or that side. And since there seems to be some time, I'm just going to kill us and see if the reaction to dying also works. No, it does not. But okay. That was like a flash image of what I'm doing right now in this game. Coming up will be hopefully more real art for everything else. And the visual feedback system when you're playing. I've started doing that because I have a very important for me that I use as much intuitive feedback to the player as possible. So I don't want to use text really, or even numbers, unless I can get away with it. No, the opposite, unless I have to. So the whole damage thing, and yeah, I'm just going to go over the game and start coming up with ways where I can communicate to the player without using text or numbers. So questions? Yeah.
Any plans to make the cart driven by a big cat?
No. There was a discussion. This is the type of discussions I love in game development, when we are actually debating what kind of animal should it be. And it's going to be a goat. And I got really high on my own supply and felt I was really cool when I figured that out. Because, as you might remember, this is a game about how nature has gone rogue with magic and has become dangerous, so humankind don't like nature. And that means the settlements are as far away from forests and other dangerous things as possible. And I read that goats, one of their uses can be to keep a field open so it doesn't get overgrown. You just let them roam and they eat everything. So I was like, yes, that's what this civilization definitely would like in their animals. They would almost feel like it's a holy animal. So, goat. Gamer of the... but yes.
Will its name be Billy and will it bust up?
Well,
That's
first
a
of all,
joke question.
It's going to bust forward because it's going to pull the cart. And the name... maybe it shouldn't have a name. Goat, okay. Yes.
There's so many animals, will there be pandas?
That's actually up to Laura and Juan, the artist and the writer. Yeah, you know those guys. of them. I've sort of just hinted at them that I would like to see certain things, but I don't want to, go overboard there. I really need them to feel empowered and go creative and all that stuff, because that's design of animals and just any other thing is not really what I'm good at. Instead, I want to focus on game mechanics.
I feel like pandas are very empowering and inspiring. So.
Yeah, next time I can show you the mood board for animals, where I try to convince them that animals in clothing holding little tools is really cool. I haven't won them over quite yet, but so I can get you on board by showing you, and you will agree with me, and they will have to submit.
I'm for not pandering to the fans.
Yes. So, well, these are my co-workers, but yeah, there might be a difference. But, okay, thank you.
Last one up, Dorian.
How do I exit this?
You don't.
You have to present his game.
Alt F4.
Alt
You work on this too?
There we go. I hope I wasn't too harsh with your game. Yeah, I mostly wanted. So my name is Dorian. I'm working on a 2D isometric MMO RPG, and a couple of weeks ago I presented a little bit of what I was doing, which had to do with Fog of War, and I just wanted to do a quick follow-up on that today. Everything is like super work in progress. I broke a lot of systems and stuff, but I'm making some progress, so just wanted to show you guys that. And in particular, there are two things from, this is one of the slides that I showed last time, and there are two aspects in particular I wanted to show. Well, one I won't be able to show per se, but it's the refactoring of the whole rendering logic in the game. What I can show about it is that I can now use 256 by 256 maps, which is like about 500,000 tiles that get drawn on screen. And then the other aspect is I'm now starting to be able to share a player's line of sight and the ellipse around the player, what gets discovered by the player, with other players, kind of simulating a teamwork kind of component. So this time I'll try to actually start the game and show you guys that stuff live. And I'll just pick some whatever resolution. Takes a little bit of time to load the assets and connect to the server and whatnot. Yeah, all the UI and all that stuff that you'll see until I get into the game, all that stuff is super work in progress and temporary, but hopefully it'll give you an idea. So right now, actually on my laptop back in my room, I've got a couple of players already logged in to kind of like simulate what this would look like once you get multiple characters. So, I mean, multiple players on the team. So again, the idea is to be able to zoom out in the map as much as possible. You can see here there's like somebody logged in. Actually, I'll try to start a second client real quick so that we can kind of explore dynamically with two players. Let's do that. So this is just like kind of your standard Fog of War, I guess. I've also temporarily turned off the polygons, the shadow polygons that I showed you last time. I haven't worked them back into the new rendering logic just yet. Broke a lot of stuff along the way, so I'm just going to switch maps here real quick, and we're going to explore a
different map together, and that one is going to be one of those 256 by 256. So that one is 128 by 128. You can't really tell just yet because obviously it's not fully discovered. But then I'll also start the client in a different way in just a minute and show you the full map. So there are a few, like I said, a few other characters. I made this a little bit of a maze. It's kind of obviously just a silly map, but the idea here is for me to try to kind of push the limits of the rendering and everything. So yeah, basically shared line of sight. The other thing that I wanted to show is I wanted to kind of reveal the map real quick. So I just need to start the client with a slightly different command. So I'll shut down the others. And that one should start with, so the fog of war is still there, but it'll be as if I had explored the entire map. And this is like my worst case scenario, right? Because you have to render everything, but so you're not benefiting from like, oh, the terrain is like has not been explored yet, so therefore there's less to render. You have to show everything. This is not going to be shown to the player in most cases. But yeah, and so this one, this is 256 by 256, and there's about 3 layers, so around like probably around 700,000 textures that get drawn on this one. And yeah, the FPS is like still stable at 60, so that was like my big goal that I was trying to get towards. I have like a little GIF of, I experimented with 512 by 512, and this works okay, but like once 2/3 of the map get explored, I start getting some FPS drop. So, but this is like much larger than what I originally wanted in the game. So my next step is to actually keep optimizing the ellipse, the ray casting now. So this is stuff that we talked about recently, James, and I might actually implement something like along the lines of what you mentioned with the probe system. So yeah, a little bit of further optimizing for just the ray casting thing of the line for the line of sight. But after that, I think I'm good to go for the fog of war, and I just need to see how I want to incorporate the polygons into this. But yeah, so that's my update. So you have a question? Yes.
This is a curiosity thing, like what was causing the blinking in the rendering?
You mean when I zoom in and out?
Yeah.
It's like the update for the camera zoom is being done in the world update instead of being done in the rendering thread, and so it causes for like a little bit of clipping, and yeah, I haven't like fully investigated it, but yeah. I think that's what it is, because like there's just a timing event that kind of like screws things up. Yep.
Two things. So you can talk to Mate as well if you want more information about the probe system, because he knows more about it than me. I've implemented it, but I think he's done more actual research into how it actually works.
Okay.
And second thing is, so you're currently not creating a mega texture out of each map then?
No.
Okay.
This is like I'm rendering all of the tiles individually, and
that would be a suggestion for me, I guess. At least for everything that's static, just make a mega texture out of it.
Yeah, the reason why I'm done doing that is because I intend to keep storing more information about the individual tiles or segments of the map, and not just do like some lighting on the GPU on the whole on a big texture. I kind of want to keep being able to turn things on and off, kind of like at a tile level. But I don't know yet if it's really warranted. I can't really justify it for gameplay just yet, so I might end up baking a bigger texture. Yeah.
I mean, just as the background.
Yeah, but my goal is to optimize just like that system and then push that to the limits and see where I could go. So, yeah. Yep.
I have 3 more questions. That's okay.
Yeah.
Are you worried about map hack, or do you think about it at this point already?
Yeah, I mean, it's a general concern of like what am I doing on the client, and then what can be post checked on the server. Currently, my approach is to try to do as much as I can on the client, and then to just kind of like check after the fact that everything that went down is acceptable on the server, but let kind of like the client take the initiative as often as possible to minimize like this feeling of, oh, now I have a round trip to the server for like, things that should feel like they're instantaneous. Not too worried about it, I always kind of say as a joke, but I kind of believe it, that if I have cheaters in the game, it means that I did my job well, because people are playing the game, so guess I kind of worry about some of that later.
Yeah, unless it's a PvP game where not being seen is an advantage.
Yeah, so I'm kind of planning for some of that stuff. I try to keep it in mind as I go, but I'm not like implementing all of the security things right off the bat, because I just want to have something I'm excited about first.
Yeah, I wasn't aiming that it should have been fixed. That's just like if you think about it. Second question was, what is the kind of if it's like hiding the map, what is the kind of a thing that player would want to discover when they're uncovering the map? Like what is the reward for exploring it all?
Yeah, so I haven't shown like a lot of the combat yet, or the loot or anything like that. That's actually already in the game to a certain extent, but I didn't really want to show it because I haven't been working on it recently. But another thing that I want to add that isn't in there yet is just general resources. Like I want to find as many ways as possible to encourage people to explore, to think that right around the corner may be some shiny thing, whether it's some kind of resource, something they can use either for crafting later or some other purpose. But yeah, so those are the kinds of ideas.
The last question was, are there gonna be pandas in the game?
I mean, if you keep asking, maybe at some point, just so I don't get the question anymore.
Like low-level critters. Kill them for XP.
No.
Yep.
So, are they going to be procedural maps or?
Yep. I started working on procedural generation, but right now I'm more like building the framework for it than really the logic of like assembly. Yeah.
I have some tips and tricks for the security issues that he raised as well. So if you want to discuss those, then
sure,
for that.
I'd love to. Yep. Anything else? All right. Thank you, guys.
Alright, boomers. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been really nice.